Now, taking a deeper look inside the headlines, this is your More at 4 on WMDD News.
In a little over a month, voters will determine the next leader of the Peoria County Sheriff's Department. And joining me now is current Sheriff Brian Asbell, who before becoming in this role, you actually were in charge of the jail. And you've been really big on jail reform, criminal justice reform. How has that approach been for you so far? What's been effective? And if elected, how would you push that further?
Right. I spent a lot of my career as a detective or as a police officer, and my focus was locking people up. But that all changed when I became the jail superintendent in 2010. And it was an economic look at the system because we were hurting for money, but it really opened my eyes to some of the causations of crime. I spent time in that jail just talking to the men and women that have been arrested time and time again to discuss recidivism. Why do they keep coming back? And we came up with a theory, or I came up with a theory of the causations of crime, which is treatable mental illness, substance abuse disorders, and most of all, addressing socioeconomic factors. So we put programs in place, jobs readiness programs, cognitive behavior therapy classes, parenting classes, all of these to make more of a holistic approach to the people that have made mistakes, and it's working. The jail population when I started as jail superintendent was hovering right around 600 a day. For the last 3 years, we're between 3 and 350 inmates a day. So, 40%. It's not the only reason why the jail population has lowered, but it is a big piece of that puzzle, just addressing some of these issues, recidivism and investing in individuals. The ultimate goal is to make productive members of society, to find jobs. We have all these houses vacant down in the 61605. It makes sense to me. It's just common sense to invest in individuals, find them jobs so they are taxpayers. They're not a burden on society, but instead they're investing in their own community.
Well, I know another thing that's really a hot topic right now is police body cameras. There's an intergovernmental agreement that's circling around right now, if you want to call it that.
It's been a process.
Peoria police officers, the county, Peoria Park District.
East Peoria.
In East Peoria, all would receive body cameras. Your department, I think, will get 65 of those, right?
Correct.
Would you be willing to work even further for 100% of people within your department to get it, if given the chance? And what's your take on body cameras?
Well, hands down, we've been pushing for body cams for the last couple of years. This was a major project for us, as well as this regional grant that we worked through. Besides us, Peoria City has a lot of cameras on order, and the scope of the county having cameras is different than municipalities, being we have a take-home vehicle, so we had to find storage solutions. So there's a lot of things we had to work through, but the order has been made. We should be receiving these, at least the hardware, mid-October, and should be fully functional, early November. Whether to have everyone wearing cameras, obviously it's a funding issue. We'd have to find some funds. Money is tight right now. That would be one roadblock. But the other one is sometimes that could hinder if our investigations or our crime lab, there really isn't a practical aptitude to that. So what we're doing, if they are working a patrol function, for example, a detective that is assigned to patrol for the day, they're going to have a body camera. So anyone that's in that capacity, they will have that. But I'm definitely up for the conversation. It's about transparency. It's about building public trust. The key word I always use is legitimacy. We're at the crossroads right now with a divide between police and